Well, our vlogs covering our very first trip to Japan and our first princess cruise starts on the channel right now. In this episode, we're going to cover off why this trip almost didn't happen, the fact that we got excited to receive our first medallions for our first princess cruise, and how we finally did end up in Japan. Now, before we jump into the vlog, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget, also hit that bell notification because you're not going to want to miss these upcoming episodes. All right, let's jump in and get this trip started. Well, they say timing is everything, and I guess that includes bad timing because here we are, just a week and a half away from our bucket list cruise to Japan. And this guy decided to go for a run this morning because he's preparing for a marathon, this crazy fella. And he rolled his ankle, and now he might have to go to the hospital. But we're giving it a few hours to see what happens. But in the meantime, I'm going to run in and grab a little treat to make him feel better, and then we'll reassess and see if we end up at the hospital or not. Either way, we need to get this looked after because nothing is stopping us from heading to Japan.
What is that?
Would a piece of pie make you feel better?
Oh.
Okay, he's at the hospital and had an x-ray already, just waiting on the results, but they told him it could be up to an 8-hour wait Saturday night, so let's see what happens.
I'm in emergency room, waiting for the doctor to see me on my foot, which is totally messed from running today. Yeah, they think it might have a broken bone, but I don't know until I'm checked, so we'll see what happens.
What's the verdict?
Broken foot.
Yep, there it is. So, we'll see over the next few days when he gets some more instructions how this will affect our trip to Japan, if at all. We're still being positive. We'll see what happens.
Well, it's been a week since I broke my foot.
And we remain optimistic that this is not going to interfere with our trip to Japan because we have an appointment with the surgeon in 2 days' time, and we leave for Japan in 4 days' time. So we're hoping for good news. In the meantime, I think we received our princess medallions, so let's check these out. Okay, let's open this one first. This should be the medallions. It seems like a little box. So we've never sailed with Princess, so the medallion scenario is new to us. Okay, 2 little boxes. Can we guess whose is whose?
Oh, I don't think this is the medallion.
No?
No,
Let's have a look. Oh.
it is our sport band.
Ah, yes. I think you got purple.
I did get purple.
There. Blue and purple. But now, let's figure out what goes in them because then this should be the medallions. I hope so. Open this up. Oh. Okay, little box here.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that would be it. Let's open that up. There it is. So we got our names on them, Will and Stephen, and we personalized the pictures a bit. So let's take these out. Oh, so we're in 2 little boxes here. Here's yours. Let's see.
Was it sorted? Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, and it comes with the little lanyard. Let's get that out here. Oh yeah.
Well, we won't be using that. Yeah.
Well, we'll see. You got a turtle. Yeah, so I think these are a newer lanyard for Princess. I've seen some information on those. So we have the option of a lanyard or the sport band for the medallion class is what that says. And from what we understand, this will allow us to open our cruise cabin door, pay for purchases, order items, and have them delivered wherever we are on the ship. We can see each other's location if we want to, and things like that. So it should be interesting. All right, we remain optimistic that there won't be any changes to our plans when we see the surgeon in 2 days. And of course, we'll keep you posted. Actually, we'll probably see you there. Okay, it's surgery appointment day. Hopefully no surgery required. We're heading in to find out. Make sure it doesn't interfere with this trip to Japan, but we'll know more in a few minutes. We'll see you then. Okay, we're just back from the surgeon and the verdict is?
We're still going to Japan. Now, I still may need surgery, but that's later. And I have a smaller cast so I can get around without any issues.
All right, let's finish packing then.
Let's go.
Okay, it is about 3:45 in the morning and our ride's on the way. We are all packed. Now we did have to trim down on our packing because Mr. Brokenfoot here can't carry too much luggage with him with this foot of his, but it's a good lesson in packing light because we're notorious for packing way too much, so maybe this will work out. Anyway, let's get to the airport. We're officially getting this trip to Japan started.
Flight number 1.
Okay, we've made it to our first and only layover during this 20-some hour trip to Japan. We are at the Calgary International Airport. We have a 5-hour layover here, so we've just been wandering around. We grabbed a coffee earlier, but we're gonna go find some lunch, hopefully get into a lounge is our hope, and then we'll be getting on board for our 10.5-hour flight to Tokyo. So we should see you next from there. We did manage to find a lounge and had a nice little something to eat. And before we knew it, we were on board. And yes, eating again. After a bit of rest, we were arriving in Japan. We made it, now we gotta figure out where to go. We flew into Tokyo Narita Airport, which is about 1 hour outside central Tokyo. Once through arrivals, we arrived in the main concourse where there are conveniently located bus and train ticket kiosks. We opted for the airport limousine bus, which will take us from the airport directly to Yokohama, where the cruise terminal is located. This helped us not have to deal with our luggage too much. Okay, made it through immigration and customs, got our luggage. We're just outside now because we have our tickets for our bus to Yokohama. Will's just right there waiting in line. It is catching up to us with the time change, but feeling a little bit tired, but it's now about 5:30 p.m. with a 11-hour time difference from when we left yesterday. So figuring that out, but we should be in Yokohama by about 7 p.m. So next stop is Yokohama. And then we gotta find the hotel. A few more steps left.
There's Steven trying to figure out those all-important Japanese vending machines. And looks like he figured it out.
Okay, we have arrived in Yokohama, but the drop-off point for the bus is about 1.5 kilometers from our hotel. So instead of waiting 20 minutes and getting an Uber, we're gonna walk it or roll it, and hopefully it's nice and flat. We should be there shortly.
And we have beautiful scenery.
Yes. Let's give this a try. We made it. We opted for the Hyatt Regency Yokohama, which is only about a 10-minute walk from the Yokohama cruise terminal. It's not the cheapest option in the area, but it is very convenient, and if you're having a pre-cruise stay, we would highly recommend it. Okay, we made it to the hotel. 28 hours from home to hotel is what it's taken us. The last 1.5 kilometers, we walked it. It's hot, but it is beautiful out. But it's 9 p.m. We are heading to bed because tomorrow is our first official full pre-cruise day here in Yokohama. So we want to get some sleep so we can get up and get exploring. So be sure to follow along as we get this Japan bucket list trip underway, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and to ensure you don't miss our upcoming episodes from Japan, now is the time to subscribe. In the meantime, check out these videos.